You need to have the correct key to insert in the ignition switch. If you don't have the correct key, it will not work in any ignition. You have to have the correct key to the correct the car ignition. So you don't force yourself. Just hold the key like this and insert it. Just insert like that. Then you don't try to force to open, to switch on. Because if you use any force, the keys can break. It will be a damage. So sometimes it may be hard because it's a steering lock. It's a steering lock. So you need to do it together. You need to turn at the same time, turn the steering wheel, because it will not be easy if there is a steering lock. You'll not be able, if it's a steering lock, you'll not be able to open it until you have to gently turn the ignition switch at the same time. You twist the steering wheel, then it will be easier. Now the first turn is the switch, ignition switch on. The turn, you leave it. Don't keep on holding the key. It will damage the starter. You just have to turn and immediately leave. Once the car is on, you need to leave. Like that. Don't keep on holding the key. That is very dangerous, very risky, and it can damage the starter or even the battery. It can kill the battery. Please insert the key in the ignition switch. Turn the key as well as turning the steering wheel a bit. Then turn the ignition switch key to the right and don't hold. As soon as it starts, you just leave the key. Don't keep on holding it. It's very wrong. Just immediately it starts, you leave it. That's how you start. You switch on the car. Ignition switch. But at the same time, you must press the clutch in. At the same time, the handbrake should be up. At the same time, the gears should be neutral. So before you do that, you must make sure the handbrake is up, the clutch is in, the gears are neutral. Then if it's a steering wheel, you insert the key, you turn at the same time, both at the same time. Then you don't need to press the accelerator when you're switching on. When you're switching on the car, you don't need to press the accelerator. No. It will switch on its like that. And don't hold. Mistake students do is they keep on holding. Now you will find other students, when the car is on, they still want to start, switch on. They come to the key and they know that the car is on. The car is on, but still they want to switch on, which will make that noise and which will damage the starter. So once the car is on, you don't keep on starting like that. It will affect the car, the starter itself. You just have to press once, that's it. Now the car is on. You will see the difference when it is off and when it is on. When it is off, it won't have any sound. But when it is on, the engine is on now. You can feel it. It's very important to know how to adjust the seat, your seat. Some students come for the test and they don't even know how to adjust the seat. It is very wrong. If the seat will make you fail the test, it's very important for you to know how to adjust the seat. You will adjust the seat according to your height. If you want to pull the seat in front, there's a knob. There's a knob which you have to pull it up, and then hold the steering, and then push yourself according to your height, the way you want it to move. Likewise, when it is in front and you want to pull it down, you hold the steering with one hand, pull the knob up, and then adjust accordingly, according to your size. There's the back seat, the back of the seat. There's an adjuster here, according to how you sit. You need to be seated comfortably. Some students sit that they are too close to the steering wheel, which is very dangerous. Some the seat is too far. they cannot even reach the pedals. So you need to adjust the seat according to your height and sit comfortably. The way you will sit is the way you will drive. If you're seated nicely, properly, you will drive nicely, properly. If you're not seated properly, you will not drive properly. Before you switch on the car, you need to make sure that the handbrake is up, inclined, and you press in the clutch completely. The clutch has to be in complete, then the gas should be neutral, and then you turn the ignition switch clockwise. That's how you switch on the car. The handbrake should be up, clutch should be down, incomplete. Don't press half. It won't switch on. It needs to go in full complete. The gas should be neutral, and then you turn the ignition switch. That's how you switch on the car. But if the clutch is not in, and even if the gears are neutral, the car will not switch on. And that's the most important part in driving. You need to know how to switch on the car for you to start moving. You will not be able to move any car when the car is not on. Or even the one who has made this car, he will not be able to move from one point to the other before he has switched on. It's like you cannot talk to on a phone, a phone which it's switched off. You have to put it on for you to be able to communicate. Likewise in the car has to be on for you to move it. So to switch it on, handbrake should be up. Precaution, handbrake should be up. Then you press in the clutch completely, then the gas should be neutral. Then you turn the ignition switch. The handbrake down, you need to hold the steering, the handbrake with the lever, the handbrake lever, with your 4 fingers, with the thumb up. Then you lift up a bit so that the button becomes loose. Then you go with it down. To pull it up, you just pull it up like that. To put it down, 4 fingers on the handbrake lever, you pull up a bit so that the button becomes loose. It's all about pressing this button. And to press this button, you will not be able to press it. Even if you use both your hands, you will not be able unless you pull it up a bit. Then that's when the button becomes loose, you will go with it. But if it's there and you want to pull the hand to press the button, you will not be able to press. And that's how students fail, because they use force, not the brains, not the knowledge. In the test even, students fail on that. They want to pull the handbrake down, but they are forcing it because they don't know. So you should know, you have to know. And then you will not blame the instructor for not showing you. You have to know on your own, because you pull it up, press the button will be loose, then you go with it. To put it up, now when the handbrake should be up before you switch on the car, or when you stop the car, or when you are in a hill, you want to stop the car from running down. That's the use of the handbrake. The handbrake, we use the handbrake so that after you have driven, nobody can push. The car would be there. The handbrake will act as the foot brake. The car will not be able to move. So once you have driven, the handbrake should be up. Or before you have started moving, you have switched on the car, the handbrake should be up. That's the first precaution you should take, because sometimes it may be inclined. Yeah, and you start pressing the clutch, the car would even move. Before you've even switched on, it will move and it will cause an accident. So to hold, you have to pull the handbrake up. You have to pull the handbrake up. That will hold the wheels of the car from running. Even if you press the clutch, then it's the handbrake which is being used.
Okay.
To make sure the gear is in neutral, the gear lever will move from one end to the other. That's when you'll know that the gear is neutral. And the gear should always be neutral before you switch on. Anytime you want to switch on, the gear has to be neutral. The clutch has to be in and the gears should be neutral to switch on the car. Did you know that there are other cars which don't have keys? You will wonder if this is the key to this car. Don't be amazed. There are now the cars coming without the key. You will wonder how this car will switch on without the key. But to open the doors, to open this car, you need to press the unlock. That will open, and to lock, you have to press the lock. That will lock the car. To unlock, you need to press the unlock. Then to lock, you will press the lock. The padlock, which is locked, is the button to pull it lock. The button which has a padlock which is open, that we use it to open. Now you will wonder what will you do to switch on such a car? There is no place where you can insert this and the car would switch on. But we have a button. You will not be able to switch on when you just press the button. It will not agree. It will not accept. It will not switch on. Unless you make sure the handbrake is up, unless you make sure the gears are neutral, and unless you press in the clutch. That's when you will see up that button, the green light, for it to, you just need to press once and the car switches on. This is the new technology we have. To switch it off, you just press it in against once. To switch on, you will not be able to switch on without pressing the clutch in. When you pressing in the clutch, that's when the green light appears. But when the clutch is not in, when you press, a red light will come. So you need to press in the clutch. The car will not switch on unless you press in the clutch. And you cannot press the clutch in before you make sure that the handbrake is inclined and the gears are neutral. Then once you press the clutch in, the green light appears. You just have to press once. Don't hold it inside. That's very bad. Very bad. It will spoil. Just press it once. Not force. Just press it once to switch on. To switch off, once again. That's it. Don't keep on holding the button. That will spoil. You see the green light? It will spoil. You just have to leave it. Once the car is on, you just leave. You don't even have to, just press it and leave it. You want to switch on, just press it and leave it. Now to switch off, it's not a must that you have to press the clutch in to switch off. You can even switch off when the clutch is out. It will switch off. But to switch on, you must clutch in. To switch off, it doesn't. You don't need to press the clutch to switch off. But you need to press the clutch. You see, every time you're pressing the clutch, the green light appears. If you don't press it, there's no green light. You press the clutch, the green light appears. That's when you can switch on. Once the car is on, you want to switch off, you don't need to press the clutch. Whether you press it or not, it will switch off by just pressing the button. Driving, there's a lot to learn in driving, as I explained to you earlier, but the basics, the foundation, the main, you need to know how to switch on the car. That's the most important thing. Students come for the test, they are unable to switch on. Very painful, very painful. 15 practical lessons, you don't even know how to switch on the car. It's very amazing. To switch on, it's very easy. Handbrake should be up. You see, if you are at the test, you open and you get into the car. As soon as you get into the car, you close the door. You adjust the seat according to your height. You adjust. You sit comfortably. Yeah? You make sure the handbrake is up. And you wear the safety belt. It's very important for you to wear the safety belt. You need to know how to wear the safety belt. There's the belt and there's a buckle. You need to press the buckle inside and then adjust accordingly. You need to know how to put this belt. Some don't know how to put. They put it around their neck like this, you will laugh. You need to put over your shoulder, across your stomach or your waist, across your waist, over the shoulder. There's the buckle, you put it inside. That's how you, and then adjust accordingly. It's very important. So the way you would get into the car, the way you would close the door, you'll pull the handbrake up, put the safety belt, adjust the seat, put the safety belt, clutch in, make sure the gear is in neutral, and you switch on. You'll give a good idea to the examiner that you really know how to drive. From the way you will get into the car, from the way you would put the safety belt, you'll adjust the seat, you'll put the safety belt, you pull the handbrake down, the examiner will know that this person knows how to drive or not.